Off and running. Busted back down to Edwards. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won. Right now. And they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Riley Williams. Still sitting free. Touchdown.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Gridiron Centered live on a Sunday night. Glad y'all came and joined us. See 12 of y'all with us, so we're going to just get right into it. Thanks for joining us. This is our first live show of the year. We didn't get to do it last week, but hey, we're back with you this week. And we're talking week 2 craziness. It was the week of upsets. It was the week of underdogs. And I thought it was a fantastic weekend. With all things considered, because everybody was talking about the week. Oh, this week isn't that big of a deal. There's not that many cool games going on. Hey, college football said, just hold my beer. So, Blake, let's get into it a little bit. What's your initial reaction to the overall weekend and how it all kind of played out?
Well, I was one of those people. I was, not such a hurry to get home that day. I wasn't rushing. There wasn't really, to me, a big game that I just was excited to see, and ended up being glued to the screen all day. Just every game was fantastic. There was a lot of learning about teams and kind of who they are and where they stand. Not to throw shade, but specifically Clemson. That was the biggest surprise to me, outside of some of the obvious upsets, but
right,
they was one of my playoff contenders, and
I have them in the semis.
I know. I mean, I would be a little nervous as a Clemson fan.
Yeah, I'd be a little nervous too as well. And honestly, I mean, I know I'm wearing the shirt and everything, but it was more of a shocker to me that watching that game, and I know it's the primetime game, so it's kind of low-hanging fruit, but as a person that watches the Michigan Wolverines on a consistent basis, it shocked me to have a $10 million quarterback who's been touted to have a very good arm, very good athleticism, to sit back and hand the ball off still.
Yeah.
After all this time, and after all the fandom from Michigan had gone through last year with the run-only game plan, only running with a little bit of pass. It surprised me that they did that with Oklahoma.
Yeah. No, I could see that for sure. And I watched a lot of the game, but y'all was playing during Bama, so I was having to flip back and forth. But from what I could tell, he's just young. It's going to take some time. I mean, he's a true freshman coming in. That's a big stage and a big ask to have him come in and try to lead a team, especially against Brent Venables' defense.
Absolutely,
that's asking a lot. But I think the situation he was in, I felt like Michigan did leave a lot on the field. I mean, there was some opportunities.
There was. They definitely missed some spots. There was definitely some misses, some miscommunication. Norman definitely had a lot of their communication kind of muffled there. You saw a few different miscues and things like that. But I think they'll be fine. I don't think that this loss necessarily kills their season. It's early enough where they can probably recover over the next couple weeks. I think as well. So
one thing I would, as a Michigan fan, be happy to see was Justice Haynes and him getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good thing. You want your players to hold each other accountable and hold them to a high standard.
Absolutely.
I've lived through that and gotten to see the value in that, and that is a good thing. So
when they have the passion and want to just do well, everybody just wants to do well. Everybody going the same direction is always a good thing for sure. Okay, so with that being said, our initial thoughts. Let's get into our picks for this week.
Rough week.
It was a tough weekend, folks. I'm just gonna say it. We had a rough one. So don't judge us too harshly on the image that's about to be on your screen. So this was our picks. They was just outright picks, everything like that. Obviously, Blake went with Iowa. We went with me and Brendan went with Iowa State. Obviously, Iowa State won that game. Man, I really thought Kansas was going to pull it out, and they played a decent game. They just,
fourth
Mizzou just had a little
quarter,
too much.
They fell apart in the fourth.
They certainly did. They certainly did.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just kind of mentioned it, but yeah, obviously Oklahoma. Me and Brendan both picked Michigan. Blake with Oklahoma. Okay, now we have to talk about this game, guys. There's a conversation that has to be had about this game because the second half was crazy. The second half was, no scoring really, other than I think 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
All of Ohio's points were scored on the first half of this game, and then nothing. And then West Virginia had 3 points in the second half, and that was it.
That definitely took me by surprise. I just thought, returning to the olden days, West Virginia was going to have a high-powered offense.
But with Rich Rod at the helm and everything. Yeah, absolutely.
But that Ohio defense held strong.
I know. Yeah, they certainly did. And we in our season previews, we had a couple of a guy on there talking the MAC and Ohio and everything like that. And he said, don't sleep on him. And he was right.
He was.
Ohio played a good game. It was surprising that they shut West Virginia down as bad as they did in the second half, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech. I did not expect you to come out as flat as you did against Vandy. I feel like that Vandy just overpowered them in just every sense, I feel like.
After, like I said last week, after I watched the Virginia Tech South Carolina game, Virginia Tech they're just not going to get over that hump. I don't think they have it offensively to do it. And Pavia, that dude he's like Johnny Manziel Jr.
He's an animal. He's definitely backing up all those words he spoke in the offseason.
Yeah, I love watching him.
Yeah, he's gonna that Vandy program is gonna be a problem for the SEC, I think, this year again.
Yes.
And then obviously the Oregon Oklahoma State thing, and the only thing I can say is if Gundy's not on the hot seat at this point, I don't know what I think he's just got a tenure and it costs too much to get rid of him at this point.
I've wondered that myself. I was going to say, like, as an Oklahoma State fan, I would be screaming for some change. Like, you have at some point, because they have nice facilities, they have money. There's no reason they should be competing for championships. It's insane that they're not.
You know what I kind of feel like Oklahoma State has become? I feel like they've actually gotten more focused on the transfer portal than actually getting good recruits. Do you feel the same?
I can see that argument for sure. I think honestly, I think it's become too lax in Stillwater. I think it's just too. I'm trying to think of a good program to compare them to of the past, but not one really. Maybe like a Nebraska. Maybe a
Nebraska, but I feel like, the only difference with Nebraska or any other example really is that generally speaking, it comes with the changing of a coach.
Right.
Like they take that downturn after they change coaches. In this case, the downturn's already happening with the coach that's been there forever. So I don't know what they need to do. I think that Gundy, it's just time to make a change.
Yep.
I think it has finally run its course. But yeah, that was actually more surprising to me than anything else. I know Oregon's really talented. I get it.
Yes.
But I thought that with all the returning that Oklahoma State had, we even talked about it in the preseason. Like I thought they would have actually put up a fight.
Right. I figured Oregon would score 60, but I thought Okie would score, 40.
Yeah. I thought they were going to sling it around the field a little bit, but yeah. And Illinois, I officially say I am sorry for hating on you. I officially say I'm sorry. You guys definitely showed out and played a phenomenal game with Altmaier. He played a phenomenal game. I thought the defense played really great. And yeah, I thought Duke was going to Mensa played a pretty decent game. He made a couple bonehead decisions, but other than that, like I thought it was a really good game. Just Illinois was way more powerful than I thought they were going to be against Duke.
I was never like a hater of Illinois. It was more of just a prove it to me kind of thing with them. And I was just kind of disappointed with Duke up front on the defensive side. their not pass rush, but just in general, their line has been pretty powerful the past few seasons, and I just expected more out of them. They got kind of pushed around, so I was very impressed with Illinois.
Yeah, I was too for sure. Baylor at SMU. Not exactly the way I thought those go. I still thought Baylor was going to win. I just didn't think this was going to do double overtime type stuff.
I didn't either. I figured it would be a high-scoring shootout, but I figured, like you, I thought Baylor would just kind of pull away at the end, but SMU kept it tight.
Yeah, this was a really fun game to watch for real.
Yeah.
Actually, the last 3 games on our ticket were all fun games to watch in their own regard. So yeah, obviously Baylor beat SMU 48-45 in double overtime. Still a high scoring game. Like, gosh bless. They were just everybody was slinging it everywhere. And then Florida.
Oof. Billy Napier got booed out of the stadium.
He should have too. He should have.
Absolutely.
He deserves it. Now, don't get me wrong. USF played a great game, and Byron Brown is they're very happy to have him back.
Absolutely.
I thought they played a good enough game, but I'll tell you what, Florida, 13th in the nation, you got smacked around pretty good by USF.
Well, it's like I said last week. The way South Florida played Boise. Was very impressive, and people they think Boise was just a weak opponent because of the way South Florida beat them. I think South Florida is that good.
I think they're actually that talented. Absolutely.
Their defense swarms the football.
Spoiler alert, I have them above a lot of other programs right now. I think I have them at like 18th in my top 25 that I've made out today.
I don't remember where I put them. I know I put them over Florida. I think I put them at like 20th or 19th, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
but I put them over Florida.
Absolutely,
but they're not a team to sleep on. I think they're legit.
Yep. And then last but not least, Boston College at Michigan State, also going to double overtime, and them just unfortunately failing to get a 2-point conversion at the end of the game, and Michigan State converted.
I will say that was a very good battle of quarterbacks in that game.
It was very good. It was surprisingly as much. I know Childs is good, but I was pleasantly surprised with the Boston College quarterback as well.
Yeah, Dylan Lonergan. Mm-hmm. He was at Bama, and I was excited about him coming. And which after the Bama game, we've got 3 great quarterbacks, and there just isn't room for a fourth. But look at what he was able to do. Yep. I think he threw for like 440, and Charles, he went for, I think he was around 250 and had a rushing touchdown.
They were more kind of more balanced than obviously Boston College was, but yeah, that was also a fun game to watch.
Yes. Barbara, congrats on the USF pick. I almost took them as well, and almost did them as my gridlock, but I had more confidence in Baylor.
Nice. That's what we're about to get to right now. Gridlock.
And Jacob, I'm proud of you.
And Jacob only missed Florida and Duke. Everybody missed Florida and Duke. That I honestly thought Duke was going to play way better than they did.
I think a lot of people was because I noticed a lot of like pundits were taking Duke as well.
Yep.
Mac and Cube talked about it on their show. A lot of people were going Duke.
Yep. A lot of people were going for him.
There is one game that we've got to mention, and that's Mississippi State and Arizona State.
The cowbells were out in force.
Wow. I mean, that when they gave up that big play there at the end, I was just like, because they completed, Mississippi State come out swinging.
They did.
And then they fought back and got back into it. And then just to give up like a 60-yard bomb like that with like 15 seconds or whatever left.
Yeah, it was something. I think there was, I think at the time to put them up 24-20, I think there was like, I want to say there was like 35 seconds left on the clock. So they still had some time to try and get down the field. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was crazy. Absolutely crazy. So congrats to Mississippi State. It's been a long time coming since everybody's been talking about you. So in a good way, at least. But okay, since Barbara mentioned the gridlocks, we're just going to kind of go right into that and talk about our gridlocks real quick. Brendan got the dub with UNLV picking them. Obviously, Blake got Baylor and Michigan.
Hey, you got to swing for the fences.
I
man.
swung for the fences on that one. Getting 5.5. I feel like I was okay, and then it wasn't the case at all.
Hey, if I'd have took South Florida, getting 17 over there,
Man,
I should have.
I'm mad I didn't take them, but yeah, yeah.
Texas
Oh my
cost me
gosh.
$200. Jacob.
Texas did.
Oh yeah, I needed them. The spread was 37, and they would not put it in the end zone in the second half. I was just like screaming at my TV. But
That's
I mean,
awesome.
it is
I
what
love
it
it.
is. You
I
win some,
love
you
it.
lose some.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely.
Archie.
Oh Lord, yeah, it was Archie's fault for sure.
Yep. Well, if you want, I can do a quick rundown for the Bama game.
Yeah. Go ahead and talk about
so-
Bama, and then we'll move on to some other of the questions I want to pose to you.
Yeah, so I did not put Bama in my top 25 still, and you don't have my vision. I wish I did, Barbara. But I didn't put Bama in my
top 20. I still have them in the top 25.
Yeah, and Jacob, I will never bet on the Horns again, ever. But I felt Bama played with the poise and passion that I wanted to see out of them. And, Chris Stewart, and there were a couple of guys that were around some of the practices this week that said the coaches were a lot more attentive to detail, kind of riding the player's ass here and there. It was just a whole different feel, and which it should have never came to that to begin with. But, I think DeBoer is clearly feeling the pressure. You can sense it when he's talking to the media in his pressers throughout the week.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think we played great. I know it wasn't really a high caliber opponent to really judge. Yeah. So I don't really look too much into, players showing out and who had good stats and whatnot. I will say Ty Simpson going 17 out of 17 with no incompletions. That's tough to do no matter who you play. And I think they said he was the third quarterback to do that. And he was the first SEC quarterback to do that.
Okay.
But aside from that, everybody played great. I think they played over 50 players in that game. We got to see some of the third and fourth stringers even scoring. And it just looked like a much different feel. The fans stayed the entire game.
Yeah.
And supported the team, which is something you usually don't see, especially against UL Monroe.
Right.
But all in all, I was pleased with at least the way the players reacted and came back from that Florida State loss. But next week's what matters, because Wisconsin, that's much better athletes, much better caliber opponent. It's going to be a much better test of kind of where we really are.
Right.
And then we got a bye week, and this time for Georgia, and that's when it gets real.
That is when it gets real. Yeah. So as far as the Michigan Oklahoma game, we kind of already talked about it a little bit. Honestly, my hat's off to Oklahoma. They came out with a lot of passion, a lot of fire. They were flying. Mm-hmm. Defense, offense, they were just flying all over the field. And I thought Michigan's play calling was too conservative. I thought on both sides, honestly. It took the defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale, I'd say probably about late in the second quarter, really start getting aggressive with the defense, and starting to play around with different personnel. I thought that all things being equal, I thought Underwood actually played pretty decently. He did what he was asked to do, and tried to make some plays where he thought he could make some plays. And no detrimental mistakes necessarily. I mean, he had some decision making and accuracy issues a little bit, but no detrimental turnovers. I thought that was super detailed. So all in all, I mean, I think it's a good video to watch and learn and see how you can improve. But it definitely was not their best foot forward, I didn't think.
Yeah, I agree. Mateer is just, I feel like he's very talented.
Super talented, strong.
He's going to be hard to stop. Yeah, he's great. Very smart with the football, and he's tough to bring down.
I saw him a few times in that game. I saw him make some adjustments. I was like, oh, well, he definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah, very smart.
Very smart. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna go into what's called the reaction of the week and a couple different questions. Mateer, is he the real deal? Meaning, is he someone that you can see in the Heisman talk?
Ooh. In the Heisman, at this point,
Yes.
I wouldn't say yes.
Would you say he's in the top
yet.
10 of quarterbacks in the nation at this point?
Ooh.
I guess that's a better way of putting that. Real deal being the top 10.
In week 2, I don't know that I would say that yet.
Okay.
But I will say, based off what I've seen, he will be there by the end of the season.
I agree. Yeah. I would say he's probably the 10th. I think he's probably in the bottom tier of that. He's not in the upper tier yet. But if they keep running the offense like they were doing, and everything kind of keeps flowing the way they're doing, because they looked like the Oklahoma of old when Kyler Murray was there and stuff like that. Obviously, it's not as dynamic of a quarterback out there, but he definitely showed things. Now, I do want to make a mention that the offense in the second half definitely looked more hindered.
Yeah.
When the starting middle linebacker came back from Michigan after his first half suspension from last week's targeting bullshit.
Yeah.
But that being said, I still think that, they played the game to win the game, and they really did well in doing that. And the coach even said they expected Michigan to have a second half push, and they weathered that fairly well, I thought.
Yeah. He reminded me how you said Kyler Murray. I was thinking Baker Mayfield when I was watching him play. Just the way he uses his legs.
Dang, Barbara, that one cut me to the core. Good Lord.
I actually saw I was watching this show talking about myths and urban legends, and Michigan's football program was listed on there as a myth. So it is possible that they are not a real team.
It's possible.
So Barbara is correct.
Oh, Lord. Let's see. USF for real?
Yes.
Meaning the representative for the group of 5 type stuff? No, they're Big 12, aren't they? No, they're not. That's UCF. Sorry, USF. My bad.
They are legit.
Yeah.
I think they're 100% legit.
Yeah, I think with Byron Brown back, like right out the gate. Against Boise, I was like, whoa. But then Florida, like I couldn't even. They were playing so good.
They're locked in. You can just see it. Their team is locked in.
Yep, absolutely. I agree. Now, I got this one only because there's been a few people being a little bit ridiculous. Is Bama back in the national title contention?
So this is the way I look at it. Aside from being undefeated, everything that Bama wants to accomplish can be accomplished outside of a perfect season.
Yep.
I personally, I don't think we're going to win out the rest of this year.
So I guess better question is, instead of Bama back, is Bama a playoff team?
It's hard to say. We haven't faced, obviously the Florida State told us nothing other than,
they weren't ready.
They wasn't ready. I have to see how we respond to that. If we come out next week and we play with the same poise and passion we played with yesterday against a quality opponent, I'll be able to answer that better. But at this time, I'm still just going to say, the reason they, all about the Twitter rumors, getting drunk, DoorDash at 2 a.m. I think they wasn't taking it seriously. They was drunk, hungover. They thought they was just going to walk in, beat Florida State, go home, have a good time.
Absolutely.
And the minute they got punched in the mouth, they didn't know how to respond.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to see is when we get punched in the mouth, like when we play Wisconsin and Georgia, how will we respond? Because I don't know that we're going to be able to respond like we did against UL Monroe. It's hard to call that one.
All right, I got two more for us here. One, Illinois, are they in playoff contention after week 2? Are they a playoff team?
If it regarding the rest of the Big Ten, I don't see them getting in over a couple of the other teams.
Yeah, I would say the same for Illinois. I think, although I think they're going to be like the first one out at this point. They might be the first or second ones out, but it also begs the question, like, how do they navigate the Big Ten schedule? Because once you get into Big Ten play, I mean, all it takes is one or two conference losses and you're in trouble.
I would say they are the top three or four of the Big Ten at this moment for sure.
They're definitely playing better than most, for sure.
Yeah, I need to see them against. I guess when they get into Big Ten play, you can judge them more appropriately.
Jacob has zero belief in Illinois or Indiana, and at this point, I am still in agreement with you, Jacob.
Yes, I am.
I don't have a whole lot of faith in either one of them at this point in time. But I do see where Illinois, if they keep this roll going, where they can become one of the favorites.
Yes.
To at least get the lower tiered spots in the playoff. And last but not least, what is your biggest surprise of the weekend and biggest disappointment of the weekend?
Ooh. My biggest surprise would probably be LSU. The way, I mean, it was too close for comfort for me with Louisiana Tech, but also coming off of the big wins like that, sometimes you're just kind of still in a lull and can get caught off guard by some of these smaller teams. But I mean, 23 points, Louisiana Tech. I mean, that's I wouldn't say it makes me nervous, but I just kind of expected more out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
My biggest disappointment, I would go LSU. And Jacob, I agree. Clemson, that first half was worrisome. Klubnik, I just don't think he's going to end up being the all-star quarterback that everybody thought he was going to be this season. He's
back to club me in my face.
Yeah, I thought about you during that game yesterday. I was seeing some of it. I was like, I bet Trevor's clubbing himself in the face.
Right now. That's right. Right.
My biggest surprise, honestly, I would say Oregon's defense. I thought Dan Lanning had them rolling. They was flat out rolling. The whole team, offense, defense. I think Dan Lanning wants a championship.
I think he does too. I think he's pushing hard for it this year. But again, like, they got to play the big boys before anyone's going to buy into that one.
Mm-hmm.
They can blow out the little guys all they want. And I guess my biggest surprise is, I mean, I know they had a great week against Boise, but I did not think that they would have a game like this against Florida. So USF is my biggest surprise, happily surprised, like 100% awesome that they did that. And biggest disappointment for me, it's 100% Oklahoma State, just because you can't have that kind of showing regardless of how good the team is that you're playing against. Not if you're going to be in a Power 4 conference and expected to do well in that Power 4 conference. Right. Changes have to be made for Oklahoma State for sure.
Yep.
All right, Brett. All right, dude. So let's get to the last little part of this show where we do team and player of the week. Now, this kind of goes to we usually put stuff out online. We didn't get to do that this time, so it's just us picking this time. Yeah. So bear with me and bear with us because we're right. We're just right.
I think this would have been the people's pick anyways. So.
I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Blake, go ahead with the team.
We've got South Florida. I mean, going into the swamp, you have to at this point.
Absolutely. You got have to. And then we both kind of agree that Mateer is going to be the one. Now, we went back and forth and like Pavia or even Byron Brown, but USF as a team for sure for Florida, beating Florida. And then we took Mateer just because, honestly, if you watch the game, Oklahoma-Michigan game, he put that team on his back. Most of the rushing yards came from him. And I don't think that's sustainable for him to go through an SEC schedule running the ball around as the quarterback, but I think they need to figure out a run game that best suits them, whether it's an option run game that they have to do. But I think Mateer for sure player, but they definitely have to figure out the run game before they hit the SEC schedule.
Oh, before we close out, we do got to mention one more team.
Okay.
That pulled an upset, and you served them, and that was Army. Taking down Kansas State. That was impressive.
I let it. I wasn't going to do that, but
no, Colton deserves it.
Okay, let's do this. Did he go to that game by chance?
He did. He was.
No,
it was a win-win, though. I mean,
yeah, it's a win and a win, kind of.
Yeah. So he did post, "Go KSU, beat Army." So,
oh Lord, so there you go. He lost. That's just a big L. Mm-hmm. That's right. We did not talk.
Oh, there he is. He's here for it, baby.
I'm here for it. I was there. Yes, he was. This is good. Our good friend of the show, Colton, and him and another friend of ours was at the game and didn't go Kansas State's way. Honestly, their window for playoff hopes is closing very fast.
Well, I was never sold on Avery Johnson, or what am I saying? Avery Johnson, he's the damn coach at Alabama. My bad. But the curse of Ireland. Yes, that is true, Colton. But I was never sold at quarterback for Kansas State.
No.
And he's not panning out like everybody thinks. He's still turnovers and can't sustain drives. Yes, they did, Jacob. They did. Roll Tide, Kirk.
But yeah, they did great. Our Army, good on you for beating K-State. And Colton, to your point, curse of Ireland. All I'm going to say is Iowa State didn't have a problem.
Yeah, that squibbed kickoff was awesome. Bouncing off old boy's leg.
Yeah, that was yeah. So anyway, all in all, been phenomenal week 2. All things considered, considering that most people took this as just a week that was not going to have too much going on. But Blake, do you have anything else for us?
I don't reckon so, man.
All right, man. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We truly appreciate it. Go follow us and like all the different places here. Substack is where we do all the write-ups and everything like that. And Group of 5, Bama and Michigan, and a few other stuff, other things we do write-ups on. So go check that out as well. And we will see you guys. We will have another our preview show coming out Wednesday morning. So look out for that. Hope you guys have a great night. Take care. See ya.
Appreciate it.